There are some places on Earth which are still very unknown. One such place is North Sentinel Island. Have you heard about it? This is a small island part of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands that are known for the people who live there, the Sentinelese tribe. These are the people who still live as hunter-gatherers, and they don't even want to upgrade themselves. In fact, they attack anyone who tries to come close to their island. But how can an island be like this in a world where we are talking about life on Mars, going on the moon, metaverse, and whatnot? Let's find out. Hi, and welcome to Gravitas Plus. The Sentinelese are one of the most isolated tribes in the world. They have no idea about the outside world. They don't know about cars or computers, electricity or internet. For them, life is still all about hunting and gathering food and fighting off the intruders. They live in groups of around 40 to 50 people and move around in the forest for food. They also grow some food, but interestingly, they only eat what they can hunt and gather. They don't eat anything that's cooked. Their staple diet includes fruits, vegetables, meat, and seafood. Their houses are also very interesting. They don't have proper houses. Instead, they make temporary huts with materials that are available in the forest. And when I say that they attack outsiders, I don't mean that they're violent by nature. It's actually very peaceful. But any outsider is an intruder for them, so they attack to defend themselves. In 2006, 2 fishermen landed on the shores of North Sentinel Island. The Sentinelese saw them and immediately attacked. The fishermen were rescued, but not before they suffered serious injuries. In another incident in 2018, an American tourist was sailing near the island when he was bitten by a shark. The Sentinelese saw him bleeding in the water and assumed that he had been injured because of their spears. So they took his life. But why are they so afraid of outsiders? Well, this is hard to say. But experts believe that it has to do with diseases. When I say diseases, I don't mean COVID or cancer, but simple things like cold and flu. You see, the Sentinelese have never had any kind of exposure to the outside world, so they have no immunity to common diseases. Even a small infection can take their lives. And this is the reason why they keep away from everyone. The first recorded contact between the Sentinelese and the outside world was made in 1880 by the British. Back then, they were thought to be cannibals because they were seen eating human flesh. But later, it was found that they were actually eating the meat of a porpoise, which is a marine mammal. The British did not try to make any further contact after this, and since then, there were hardly any attempts to understand the tribe. It was only in 2006 that an Indian merchant ship spotted the island. The merchant ship was following a dense forest when suddenly it hit a rock and got damaged. Some of the crew members swam to the shore, and when the Sentinelese saw them, they attacked. The next day, an Indian Coast Guard boat went there and rescued the survivors. But again, they were attacked. Then a helicopter came and dropped in food and water for the survivors. Still, the Sentinelese kept coming in the open and kept attacking anyone who tried to go near the ship. But these attacks left behind a lot of questions. Like, what do they do with the people they capture? Well, apparently they don't kill. The Sentinelese are very much against killing other human beings. They also don't keep their captives for long, so usually they just chase them away. But what if someone stays back? Well, there's nothing much to eat on the island. So eventually the captives leave on their own. One such person was a young man named Hassan. He was a part of the merchant ship's crew. He stayed on the island for 17 days and then left. But when he did, he told the rescuers that the Sentinelese are harmless and they will not attack unless they are provoked. And this is true for a lot of tribes living in the Stone Age. They are not violent by nature, but they become violent when they feel threatened. That's why the government of India has declared the whole of North Sentinel Island as a restricted area. No one is allowed to enter, and if anyone does, they will be risking their own life. We may be a technologically advanced lot, but for the Sentinelese, their way of living is just fine. We have to accept and respect that. After all, it's their land. That's all for now. If you found this video informative, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. You can also watch us on our website. Do share your feedback in the comments. We'll see you next time.